Okay, here we are. We are live.
Woo!
Season 2, episode 5 of the Three Blind Vikes. I'm JB. Down in the bottom, in the center, you have the Terrys. And Dan, tell us about our special guest up in the right-hand corner tonight.
All right. Well,
Dan?
got a little bit of a glitch there. We heard you twice.
Oh, no.
All right. So joining us tonight is a fellow coach with my fourth grade tackle football team, Randy Earl. Look at the history on Randy here. He played football for Minnesota Mankato. While he was there, he was a two-time first team All NCC. He was ranked fourth in single season tackle for losses, third in career tackle for losses, second in career for tackle for loss yards, fourth in career sacks. He led the team in sacks, tackles for loss in 2006 and 7. In 2006, as a defensive lineman, he ended up with 2 interceptions. One of them returned for a touchdown. Yeah. After his tenure with Mankato, graduated in 2010 with his law enforcement degree. After which he got the privilege to chase his dream for 3 years. Was a priority free agent draft with the Minnesota Vikings. 3 years with them, injuries got the best of him, and he ended up hanging up the cleats. He went to junior college to get his post law enforcement degree, and became a law enforcement officer in Grand Rapids, Colorado.
Grand Junction.
Dang it! Second South Dakota.
Are you doing this off the dome?
He was there for 5.5 years. After 5.5 years, came back and is now a real estate officer, or real estate agent, not officer anymore, for Coldwell Banker in East Metro Woodbury area
And Wisconsin.
And he is one that has been proudly converted. He was born in Wisconsin and is now a diehard Vikings fan.
That's quite the intro.
And now he's helping out. He's helped out a ton with the Woodbury football team, assisting them with their defensive line and their runnings of the football team. He's assisting now on his kids' tackle football team for the second year. He's a pleasure to work with and one of the nicest guys that I've had the pleasure to work with. That mic's not muddled. That's just me, by the way. But I have loved working with Randy thus far, and we are near the back half of our football season together here. But he's joining us tonight to give us maybe a little bit more experienced football knowledge than what we have.
Wow. See, we don't let Dan talk a lot, Randy. So when he gets a chance, we just let him go.
I'm just gonna leave now so I don't do anything to tarnish that. It sounded great.
That's amazing.
No, thanks for that, Dan. I haven't heard those stats in a long time, seeing that I graduated in 2010. So no, it was great I forgot about all those stats, and I figured, since Mankato, some of those records would be broken, but it sounds like I'm still up in the top 5 up in there. So I'm okay with that. Go Mavs.
A couple of them have. I went off of when you graduated. Those were your holdings. There have been a couple since that have been uptaken, but that's one hell of a career in college to hold, and that's something to be proud of. I saw that and I was like, oh, let's go.
Well, all that done, now we have to bring up the unpleasantness of last Sunday.
Man.
Just so much bad in that game, and they still only lost by 3 points. So much bad.
Hey, we scored the same amount of times. just not the same amount of points.
From the fantasy perspective, guys, I've been wondering when Jordan Mason is going to turn it on, because I feel like he's got it. I feel like he's got everything you need to be a great back, size, speed, can block. When is it going to happen? Or is it the O-line too injured?
I think he needs some more touches, too.
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and it had Alex Boone on it, and I think it was Skull North, and he was like analyzing the offense. He doesn't think it is as bad and doom and gloom as everyone thinks it is, because all of their now I'm not an expert, but all of their like setups and all of their things are just like so close. Like there are a lot of almost, and he's like, the reason this happened was because he twisted wrong. And the reason this happened was because he got twisted. And so he's not as doom and gloom as I was until I listened to it. But he said that a lot of the mistakes that are happening are purely just because they haven't played together. And so they're not in sync. So when they go in, he was talking about Fries, but when he goes in and he's blocking, he is expecting, it wasn't who took over for O'Neal. Who took over for O'Neal after he went out?
Juergens.
He was expecting Juergens to respond like O'Neal does, and he didn't. So it's it's not that they're garbage. It's just that they haven't played together enough.
That's fair. That's a fair analysis.
Yeah, the guys that they hired, or the guys that they brought in, the 5 that were supposed to start haven't played one snap together yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that doesn't make me feel a whole lot better, but I think once maybe just the interior get in sync, I think Mason could go off.
Okay.
Because he has so much more of him, because what they always say that he falls forward instead of like falling other places. So he always gets like an extra 1 or 2 yards. And I mean, what was it, like 5 yards a carry was what he was coming in at?
Yep.
Yeah, from last year, 5 yards a carry.
So I think it's just the interior needs and then Kelly, who knows if he'll come back this week. But I don't feel nearly as awful, but it didn't make me feel a lot better. But
I think it's a combination.
With Addison opening up the passing game too, they got another wide receiver weapon out there too. So they really stack the box. The defense is going forward. So
huge. Look at the difference that made this past week for Jets. He had 10 grabs this week.
Yep. It pulls a lot of coverage off and it frees them up. I look at the offensive line of Mason and go, Mason got 16 touches. We only ran the ball 20 times.
Fair.
Versus our passing, we were 30 for 46. I mean, ultimately, that's not a bad.
It's not a bad game.
Passing line, 30 for 46.
What were the yardage? What was the yardage?
350.
350 total.
That's a solid game. That's a
solid
game.
Right.
We scored the same amount of times.
But the difference was
almost the same amount.
Is like none of that happened in the first half. That was nearly all the second half.
Yeah, it was they probably call them garbage stats. They weren't, because we had a chance to at least tie it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what people will be saying about it. They'll call them like what Cousins used to do, right?
Yeah.
Kirk would rack up stats second half down by a lot of points, look like you'd have good numbers. And that's what people will probably say about Wentz. But bottom line is he got them in a position where they have to. They can't. You can't call them garbage time stats.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think the difference with like Wentz and like Cousins though is that
Wentz is
like
not good.
Wentz is like average air yards is probably double what Cousins was. Cousins' average air yards was like 2.5 versus Wentz is, I think this last game was something in like almost like 9.
Oh, wow.
And his average air yard attempt. And it's like, he's at least trying to get it further downfield.
And he got sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. He knows what the Dublin grass tastes like.
Yeah.
And didn't he have to pull some out of his helmet too?
Yeah. Yeah, when your quarterback can tell what field he's played on by the taste of the field, it's not good.
If it tastes a little peaty, it's probably
So I didn't love the defense, but I'd like to hear Randy's take on the defense from Sunday. I didn't think they played a great game. I thought it was a very pedestrian performance by our defense.
Let's see how many sacks did they have in 2 sacks. How many hurries? Did they have enough hurries? Let me ask you this: how many yards did they give up on the ground? That's going to be the first tell of the defense and how well they played.
Well, they have 100 yards on the ground.
131.
Yeah, Gainwell had his best
scored
game
like 31 points in fantasy.
Yeah,
and there's our problem. Kenny G should not be getting that many yards on any team.
His average is 5.2.
So, I mean, there's the first issue right there. If you can't stop the run, well, it's going to be a long day for the defense. So, I mean, you give up 100 on the ground, you'd hope to hold their air yards to under 100. But I'm assuming that didn't happen either.
Well, Give up 218 for 22, 200 yards.
Stupid Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers was getting rid of the ball before anybody had a chance to move on Sunday.
So, like, his QBR was still only a 39.
I thought for sure after that game there'd be a whole bunch of memes out there with Aaron Rodgers. You know how they had the memes last year saying how he owns certain teams that he plays against, and I just thought they'll recycle that meme, but it never came. So I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Yeah,
I was expecting a bigger splash with Smith because of how well he knows Rodgers and how well Rodgers hates playing against him. But he was.
But how much he didn't throw it deep?
He was.
He
quiet.
averaged 9.1 yards.
He didn't get a sack. He didn't get an almost sack. He didn't even pressure him at all. I was expecting him to be scared. I don't think he was scared of Smith.
Nope, we had 2 sacks. Same guy had them.
I mean, on the same side of Rodgers also didn't attempt very many deep passes in the seams.
Quick
the only long attempted passes were down outside the numbers.
I think he's good. What for 2 a game, two a half?
Rodgers?
Yeah, he's old.
I don't know. It depends how much he wants to tear his rotator cuff.
He's an old man now.
Well, I'll put it this way, guys. In the NFC North, they're going to have some great backs that they're playing up against, and if they don't stop the run, it's going to be a long year for the Vikes. So, I mean, I'm looking at Detroit. We're looking at Chicago. Chicago, they probably should have fun with Chicago. Packers, they got a pretty good back still that should be coming off of IR in a bit. But, I mean, they're going to have to stop the run if they're going to make any kind of noise as a defense to be scared of in the NFL. So, but they got enough, heavy competition in their division to actually keep getting better as they play better teams because the NFC North is nothing – I think they're going to be in the playoffs, and they're going to have a lot of great teams in the playoffs. So, but I tell you what, I never saw the Bears, even being considered in the running. But even them, I think, might have a shot with their offense that they got going right now. So,
yeah, Caleb Williams has looked like an NFL quarterback the last 2 weeks, and that's scary.
Yeah,
that's lame.
Well, he looked like what people expected him to do last year.
Yeah, and he didn't look like that last year, but.
No.
But I think the Vikes still got time to turn it around. At the end of the day, they got enough, competition in the division where, hey, they know they have to get better as the season goes on if they want to win that division because I don't think the Steelers are better than Detroit, and I don't think the Steelers are better than Packers. So it should be fun to watch and see how the Vikes evolve, and hopefully they get more of their team healthy and they can have that chemistry that we were talking about off camera there. But if they can develop that chemistry with as many young players as they have, they can have a great season, or at least turn it around and be in a playoff run.
It's got to be they've got to get better in the trenches, both sides. And Randy, you point out, if you can't stop the run, and I thought we had brought in guys who were brought in specifically to stop the run, and I'm not seeing it.
That Garrison Phillips trade is starting. It's making me worry.
Uh-oh. How many weeks to the deadline for free agency pickups? I mean, they should have at least 6 more weeks out there to pick up some guys, right?
Right, 4 weeks.
Is
4
it
weeks?
4?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, there's still some time to make some moves if they want to, but if they don't,
well, we already got Cam Akers, so we can't go get him again.
Right?
that's true.
Yeah, we picked him up again for the 4th season, 3rd
Cam
season.
Akers?
Yeah.
Give him a couple of mid-season games. When it gets a little cold out, everybody's banged up. He'll give you about three games. Maybe.
Jets, Paxton, and the Vikings picking up Cam Akers.
Yep.
Every year.
Every year.
I have joked that he's never really left, that they just keep him in a bunker somewhere, and then they call him when they want to put him back on.
He's got a townhome here in a suburb of Minnesota.
under a false name.
Yeah.
Well, one more quick thing before we kind of move on to our stars of the game. The penalty bug bit us hard again in this game. 82 yards in penalties after 130 plus last week. Better with the bar set so low you could step over it, right? I mean, the offense has it rough enough without the line false starting, holding, and allowing our quarterback to get to a point where he has to throw the ball away for intentional grounding.
Mm-hmm.
You can blame Wentz all you want. It's not his fault. He's just trying to keep the game alive by throwing that ball away. He's hoping somebody was close enough when he threw it. But he didn't get anything on it because he was going down.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. Not in this league. You can't win games regularly by racking up 70-plus yards in penalties every game. It's not going to work.
And I think that's been Wentz's kind of MO, as he's been a free agent, and probably why the Eagles let him go is, sometimes he just gets a little rogue. He's not that game manager like Kirk was. Kirk come in and he's not going to razzle you and dazzle you. But he's going to, go 20 for 24 with 250 yards. He's going to be steady Eddie. Wentz got a little bit of cowboy in him. He's going to run that ball. He's going to take some chances because, I don't know, I feel like Wentz is probably playing like, hey, if J.J. McCarthy comes back, I gotta be looking for my next home, So he's kind of got to play a little crazy and flash on film. So he may have a job either with the Vikes or with another team that thought he looked good.
Wentz is like the Macy's version of Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
Like Nick Mullins is Dollar Tree, and Wentz is like Macy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is him?
With Nick Mullins.
Kmart.
No. J.C. Penney?
Sears. It was good for a little bit.
There you go.
All right. Well, okay. Well, so we'll call. But there's a lot of similarities between the way the two of them play football, which is not always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both run in like they're running in cowboy boots.
Yep, and they both like to say, 3 defenders on one receiver. I bet I can fit it in there.
Yep.
3 defenders on a receiver that's not Jefferson. I can fit that.
I bet I can fit it in there.
Right? You got to like a little bit of that in your quarterback to like want to stretch the field, but they also got to have that balance where this isn't the time.
Exactly.
Right.
You nailed it. That was the big problem with Mullins. Nick would just it worked once, but I can do it again.
Yeah.
No. Stop, Nick.
Yeah. It was right there. It was right there. I can hit it.
Nick, Naylor covered by 3 people is not your time to shine.
I saw a window.
Yeah, I saw a window.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there was a screen on it, and it was all covered in gook in the window. All right, we got to pick our 3 stars, and it's going to be 4 stars today because we have a guest. Randy.
Yes.
Who would be your Viking star of the game for this past Sunday?
They brought Thielen back for a reason. And they're going to have Addison out there. They have Hawk out there. They have JJ out there. Thielen still got some tread left on the tires. So I'm going to go Thielen.
Now, is that your X factor? Because we're going with the stars of the past game.
Oh, stars of the past game. Ooh.
Yeah.
That was going to be Thielen was going to be my X factor. I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. You're good. We got you. You're good.
See, I didn't watch enough of the last game to call a star. So that's why I want to come back on, and I want to watch a game fully and really be able to give an analysis on that. Because I don't know everyone's stats, and I should have looked it up, but I didn't. But I'll be ready next time.
That's okay, Randy. We didn't prep you properly for this, so you're good. And we got your X Factor already.
I was meaning to talk to you more last night, and then like we got done with the game, and it just
Yes, yeah. Everyone just vanished. Like Coach got a little lengthy with the after the game, but it was words that were needed. Especially since we're not going to be seeing each other again to the next game. So no, it was good, but yeah, we're going to do this again. This is fun.
Well, all right then, Cora. We always go ladies first for the start of the game.
Will the Thrill.
You took our call.
The main point getter. Let's go. Will the Thrill.
Welcome to the game. Cora,
is that the kicker?
Yep, that's the kicker.
That's a great kicker name. It's a great fantasy football
name.
So
he chose that name. What was it? Was it their DJ name? Is that what it was last year?
Yeah, the
was it like
the
it
Metellus?
was like
What was Metellus' segment?
Tell us with Metellus.
Tell us with Metellus, and he was going around asking DJ names.
Yep, it was kind of like 96 questions with Brian Robinson a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But now Josh Metellus is doing them, and it's Tell Us with Metellus, and Will the Thrill Coming? That was his DJ name.
I like it.
It's a good name.
I mean, he did great. He did everything he wanted. I mean, he was the only one scoring points in the first half, and he's good.
Yeah, he's back from that injury. He's kicking the ball much better after that. Now that he's fully healed. Dan, who do you got?
I'm going with Addison. You got 8 targets, 4 receptions, 114 yards, longest reception of the game at 81 yards. I mean, just having him back is a huge, he's a huge asset on the field, and he's a huge, pulling pressure away from Jefferson.
Yeah,
because if you don't
triple team Jefferson when you have Addison out there.
Yeah,
very true.
If you leave him, he'll punish you.
Can't forget about Hawkinson either, even though he hasn't showed up in a lot of the games. But guys are stud too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, John. What do you got?
I think I'll stay on the offensive side of the ball because our defense was
awful,
sucky. I'm going with Jets. He earned it this week. 10 grabs, 126 yards. I mean, we haven't picked. He used to be a regular on this segment for the start of the game. He hasn't been picked yet this year. He had his game, and since Addison really was kind of the assist on that player of the game for me, it showed how much different it is when they're both on the field at the same time.
What I love so much about that is that he was 10 grabs on 11 targets.
Yep.
That's for sure hands.
Yeah.
I didn't get much better than that.
That is.
Except for 11 for 11, right?
Well, that's great. Well, let's move on to our X Factors. Randy already picked his. Adam Thielen. Dan, as last week's winner. Oh, no. We have to.
We have to pick the winner.
We have to pick the winner.
No. The winner for this past week.
It was not me.
Dan, you have gotten bitten by the I picked AVG and he didn't play bug.
Yeah, that was my bug.
Both Terrys have picked the did not play bug.
Yeah.
So Dan, you were the winner coming in. You will not be a repeat this week.
Nope.
Cora, you took Harry. He had 3 tackles.
That's cool.
I had Mr. Pace. 7 tackles, 2 solos.
Yep.
Solid.
I think we can go with
as unimpressive as all of our picks were. I think this one goes to John.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just won the Masters with a 5 over par.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that looks. But I'll take it.
You get that jacket.
That's right. It doesn't matter how you get it, take the jacket. So I will take my horrible win for the week, and I will pick first this week. I haven't done this yet this year with my X Factor.
Okay.
It's time to unleash the thrill.
Let's go. Let's go.
I have a feeling he's going to be kicking a lot of field goals on Sunday. I just have a feeling we're going to stall, and he's going to have a lot of opportunities to score points. Give me Will the Thrill this week as my X Factor. Dan, you get to pick next as you have the most wins after me.
I do?
What?
He has one win. We've only had 4 weeks. I have 3. He has 1.
Well done.
And that's how it works. The winner of the
I need a popcorn box. All right. So he's been pretty quiet the last couple weeks, but I feel, I don't know, I just got a gut feeling that he's gonna have a bigger impact on the game, both on the ground and in the air. I'm going with Aaron Jones Sr.
Is he back?
I sure as heck hope so.
Otherwise, you'll get your second DNP of the season.
And I will get my second DNP. This is part of why I don't win weeks.
Maybe you should check to see if he's back.
We're going to give you the Stephen A. Smith Award if he doesn't play this week. Because you know how Stephen A. would go off on guys like, I think it was Hunter Henry, right? Hunter Henry's got to have a great game with this. Hunter Henry's on the IR there, Stephen A. He's been on there for the last 3 weeks.
No, he's not back till October 23rd.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dan, no.
Fine.
So do you want to switch or do you want to stick with him?
No.
I think
I'm going to switch.
That's a bold prediction if he stays.
I know.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah, he's going to come back 3 weeks early.
Yeah. Surprise!
He's going to lead the team out of the tunnel. Like, wait.
Only Dan knew. Only Dan knew.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wouldn't be the last thing I pull out of my head. Okay, then I'm going to go Xavier Scott then. So I was impressed by his ability to move downfield last week, not against the Steelers, but against the Bengals. He handled himself well. I think the Steelers game, I think this was kind of an oddball. We just couldn't get much going on the ground. He dropped his one target. But I like him. He looks good for a young kid. He looks good for a young running back. I like the way he moves with the ball. He's definitely a guy that he's going to be kind of more like an Aaron Jones. He's going to be, I can run the ball, but I'm better used as kind of throw me out a little bubble route and let me do my thing. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's going to come out of the backfield. It's going to be, Mason or Scott, but I like Mason just gets targeted too much when he's on the field. I feel like they're going to have a guy on him constantly. And so with Scott, I think they're going to let that lax a little bit. So I think he's going to have a better game. That was my same reasoning for Jones.
Yeah, I think that's actually the real definition of what an X factor would be. Not to mention his first name starts with N.
It actually doesn't. It starts with the Z.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See that? I thought it was I thought it was an X.
Yeah.
Same.
All right, Cora.
All right. So
is this the week you get off the schneid and pick one?
I've had terrible luck. I pick people who are so quiet or injured.
Well, you picked Wilson.
Wilson.
He played.
He did play. So I initially came into the podcast, I wrote down Pace, but after I did my research for my segment and thought about it as we were sitting here, I want to pick Isaiah Rodgers because I think he's going to have another really good game. He's kind of on fire. Even though the defense was not great, they weren't. They were pretty bad. They weren't. He blocked a field goal. Honestly, he was probably one of the shining moments of the defense.
Man, he came off that edge fast on that block too.
I don't think anyone saw him.
He has speed.
He does. So, and I know that B-Flow was super excited about him in the beginning of the year, and he had an insane game against the Bengals. I don't think he's going to have as amazing a game as he did against the Bengals. I think that's obviously going to be really hard to repeat since he literally made history.
Sure.
But I'm going to pick Isaiah Rodgers.
All right. I like it. All right. Now, Randy, this is where we let Dan talk again. But
hey, I'm not going to stop there from talking from that intro. I don't think I've ever had a better intro than that.
That was an awesome intro, and I wanted to add in there. We're having some technical difficulties on our end, so like echoed weird. But I was like, this is so cool.
Yeah,
Randy, you're so cool.
Randy is cool.
He is cool.
I forgot how cool I was.
Until Dan built you up again.
Yeah. I'm here to remind you. It's all good.
Dan is going to be Randy's new hype man. It's going to be
great.
We're gonna get that fourth grade tackle team together, Dan. We're gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we're gonna beat that undefeated team on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Let's go.
Last year, Dan was Bo Nix's hype man, and we've seen what that's done for Bo Nix's career. So
hey, he's doing pretty good.
Solid.
But we're not hyping Bo this year. So Dan, you are so offensive, Dan.
Yeah. I mean, as much as we talked about it already with our offense being an almost there, and it's the NFL, and an almost does not cut it.
Almost only works in hand shoes, and horse grenades.
Hand shoes almost only works in hand shoes and horse grenades.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is that?
Hand grenades and
there
horseshoes.
We go.
Yeah.
There we go.
You got it.
There we go.
So it's one where you can sit there and go, oh, they're right there. They're almost there. But if it never comes to fruition, then it means nothing. Especially in any pro sport, is you can sit there and go, oh, they're almost there. I'm gonna tie it back to baseball, and baseball's my sport. It's my thing.
I like it.
This is the first reference all year, John.
At 32 minutes and 40 seconds.
I laughed. Hey, actually, this was like one of the first things we talked about because they won. Yeah. But is in baseball is when you're swinging a bat and you're going to hit the ball, if you miss it by a quarter of an inch, it's the difference between a fly ball out and a line drive hit, or even a home run. Like even less than a quarter of an inch, you can miss by an eighth of an inch, and that's the difference. And it's one of those of, almost is a thing. You were almost there.
That doesn't
you missed it by this much, and it's no matter what it comes down to is when we come up against the defensive line, our offensive line is mismatched. Skill wise, ability wise, health, wellness is having Darisaw in last week was a game changer for that left tackle side. He is insane on that left tackle side.
Imagine how bad the game would have gone if Darisaw wouldn't have been in.
Right. You've got School in there, and School has not been impressive. Our rookie was out. Our center's out. It's one of those we're not getting the 2.5 seconds that we should get to pass the ball.
No.
Defense is getting in less than 2 seconds more often than not. And we currently have a quarterback in Wentz that is not very agile. He runs like he's playing in cowboy boots. As much of a cowboy as he is in throwing it downfield, is he runs like he's in cowboy boots and Wranglers. He's still got
spurs on the back of his cleats.
Yeah.
He is from South Dakota.
Riding low too.
Or North
They're
Dakota.
digging right in.
North Dakota, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one where on paper they don't look absolutely terrible. But for where I think they should be better than what we show on paper. When you watch the game, it looks a lot worse than what it reads.
Looks so bad.
It's one where I watched the game and I was like, this is not good. And then I look at the stat line after and I'm like, how is that doesn't make sense. And it's just, I don't know. Anyways.
I told Dan at the end of the game, if we end up winning this, I'm gonna be mad.
Right.
Like, that was such a bad game.
It's one of the, like, if you win the game, it's like, do you really deserve that?
You were the cleanest, cleanest shirt in a dirty clothes pile.
Yeah. That is awesome.
I like that.
Again, you won the Masters with a 5 over par. I mean, win.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, on the brighter side, having Addison back was great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Having him back relieves a ton of pressure off of Jefferson, and it was very apparent for both of them. They were both open a lot on their routes they were running. And I really like the Thielen pick that Randy has for next week.
He's got to come out sometime.
But this game proved that you have to pay attention to Addison and Jefferson when they're both on the field, and frequently that either leaves Hawkinson or Thielen out there as the wide receiver 3, tight end, kind of seam under coverage routes.
In all honesty, put Adam Thielen in the end zone every single play because he has the end zone hands.
Yep.
Like, he rarely drops the ball in the end zone. Just run him and throw it and get him in the end zone.
Yeah, but you can't really do that now until you're inside the 30 because he doesn't have that. He
Just
doesn't have
do
that speed to break away.
It's one where we can use him for 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
And throw him on a little hook route or a crossing route or something underneath to pick up 6 to 8 yards.
And that's his career right now. That's what he's there
his
for.
Career, yeah. That's what made his money.
And that's all we need him for. We don't need anything extra out of him.
And even in the Panthers, like, even when he was playing there, he still had decent yards. I mean, he wasn't running a ton after the catch. He was a little bit, but he had good yards. He still has the hands. He might not have the speed. He might not have the separation that you need, but he has the hands, and he always has.
Yep.
I do like that pick, Randy.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a quarterback in Carolina either, so that's a testament.
I'm hoping that the defenses are going to be paying too close attention to those other 3 weapons, Addison, Jet, and Hawk, and he's just going to spring loose, and they're going to it's going to be a defensive breakdown. However, when you got that many people, that many players to really track on defense, like, you can't guard all of them.
Yeah,
and they're good enough. They're all good enough to get, once they get open, they can make a play. So
yeah. They all have good enough hands that, if it's even a one-on-one with Jefferson or Addison, I'll take that matchup.
Oh yeah, easy.
Like, there's only a handful of DBs in the league where I'm like, maybe not take that matchup. But it's definitely one of, like, if they drop down out of coverage from a double team from Jefferson and Addison, they're left one-on-one down the field. Yeah, take a shot.
When did Jalen Ramsey go out of the game?
Mid-4th?
Mid-4th,
somewhere mid-4th, I think.
Okay. Is that why we all of a sudden started to open up and make?
No, we were opening up before that.
They were open before he went down.
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember because I remember him. I remember that he went out, but I didn't remember when.
Yeah, they were doing just fine while he was in there.
Okay.
Now watch Jalen Naylor be the guy that goes off on Sunday.
I was just about to say it's going to be Naylor, the guy that we haven't even mentioned this whole time.
Right.
I mean, his nickname is Speedy for a reason. He does. What is it? Oh shoot! I was listening to another podcast where they were talking about he is the one receiver on the Vikings who has the most separation from defenders.
Yeah.
And like he just doesn't have as good of hands.
That's because
and
they
don't
put
trust him
lineback-
as much.
That's because they put linebackers on him.
But he gets the most separation, and he's fast. So he's probably going to go off.
Yes.
His hands are better than Clifford's, though, from the replacements.
That's fair.
Like, Clifford wasn't good. All right.
Okay,
Cora.
that's what I got.
All right. So
Bring us back. Corey and Randy, I think this could be a dual segment this week with our
ironically, we talked about fantasy before the podcast started, and my part of my segment has to do with the fact the Browns are excellent at making opposing defenses look good. So I think the Vikings are actually going to have their defense is actually going to be pretty good this week. I looked at the past, and I don't know 100% how true it is, but the Bengals defense in fantasy scored 7 points according to ESPN. This is what I took it off from. I didn't take any other app, but I took it off ESPN. The Ravens had 15 points. Green Bay had 9, and the Lions had 20 in week 4. So, is the Vikings defense in for another good performance? I think so. That's part of the reason why I was going to go with pace. But honestly, I think Isaiah Rodgers is going to have a better day, just because I just like him so much.
He's really coming on. He's coming on to be a force on this team.
He is. And I think that our corners, which were our biggest concern, ironically, both Murphy and Rodgers have been doing pretty good. Murphy got a couple penalties last game, but it hasn't been anything on them where it's been really bad plays. So the one place that we thought we were going to have the most concern has been our best performance. It's been our run game where we didn't think we were going to be bad. And so that was according to NBC. But when you just type in best defenses for week 5 for fantasy, the Vikings are at the top of the list on almost every single article. So I think, Murphy, I did a segment on him last year. I did a segment on Isaiah Rodgers this year. They're best friends. It was meant to be.
Oh, they're besties.
Yep. So I'm going to end this on a good note for next week because I just don't want to talk about last week. And I think the Vikings are going to have another turnaround game. Do I think they're going to score 32 points? No. For defense? No. But are they going to put up good numbers for fantasy? Yes.
Okay.
All right.
And with Myles Garrett being out, it's going to make it closer.
Whoa, that's a huge game changer. I didn't know Myles Garrett was out.
I saw it on Twitter, so don't 100% quote me, but okay. I'm pretty sure it's true.
That's some great news for the Vikes.
Yeah, that's great news for you.
I saw not for Myles Garrett. It's not.
No, not for Myles, but for the Vikes for sure.
But so I think with him being out, if that is actually true, thank
you.
Day to day, he's day to day with an ankle injury, so he could.
He might be there Sunday. You might see him play. He may be limited, but he
mess with your head day to day.
It's only Wednesday. He may be out there. Again, they may limit his snap count, but he'll be if he's out there.
He'll probably try to get out there. Me just thinking from a defensive lineman perspective, he's probably looking at that Vikings offensive line like chopped liver. He probably wants to boost his stats. So I think if he can go, he's gonna go. But if he's sitting out, that means he's probably hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big Dog's going to want to hunt when he sees that offensive line. Our offensive line is a bunch of guys they hired from Indeed.com.
Yep, this is a They look at it and they go, "This is a stat line boost right here."
Yeah.
That's
That offensive line is what sack seasons are made of, right there.
Pin your ears back and let it fly. I mean, it's tough. Got to come up with an offensive game plan to fix that.
Yes.
Oh, I couldn't believe that interception. Was that Watt that got that this past week?
We don't need to talk about that.
Oh my
He
god!
tipped it to himself. Yeah.
Tipped it to himself. Yeah. Pass goes right over the middle of the line. Watt throws a hand up. I don't know what it's called, but he was on the end. The tackle went outside. He looped around. They blocked it well. I will say that. They blocked it well as an offensive line. But it was a pass play. He just throws his hand up, tips it up right to himself and catches it. And it's like, you got to be kidding me.
He's next level good. I mean, nothing.
Yeah.
People could pick on Wentz for the 2 picks, but both of them were tip balls. I mean, there's nothing you could do there.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he had bad reads. Like, we've seen bad interceptions. We've seen the Nick Mullins interceptions.
Oh my God.
Those weren't Nick Mullins interceptions.
I mean, McCarthy's rookie mistakes on those out routes.
Right.
It's a
like
rookie mistake. Like, they baited you into throwing that route.
Right.
And you just threw the route.
You made the wrong decision.
Yeah.
You did just what they thought you would do.
Yep.
Is it time?
It's
Should we-
time.
It's
Take
time.
us back.
Take us back.
Time
It's
to
a happy
Valhalla
time.
back.
Mahala.
All right. Let's go to October 29th, 2017.
Oh, that's not too far.
Nope, Vikings-Browns. The Browns would get on the board first. Isaiah Crowell, 26-yard touchdown run right through the middle, right up the gut. However, Zane Gonzalez, their kicker, missed the extra point before they were dropped back to 33 yards, I believe. And it was 6-0. But the opportunity to score was set up when a tip ball pick off by their linebacker, Joe Schobert, set that up. Vikings cut the lead in half with a 35-yard field goal by Kai Forbath with 5:27 left in the first. This was set up a Minnesota fumble recovery of a muff punt. And then on offense, the big play was a 17-yard reception by Adam Thielen on a 3rd and 15. Keep the drive alive. Vikings then took the lead with about 3 minutes left in the half. Case Keenum to Adam Thielen, 18 yards, back right corner of the end zone. That would be Adam's first touchdown of the season. The Vikings' extra point was blocked, and the lead was 9-6, so we had a weird one going on in this one. Cleveland then went downfield quickly, about a 3-minute drive, 40 seconds left in the half. Deshaun Kaiser ran it in from a yard out. Extra point was good this time. Cleveland led 13-9. Big play on the drive. Kaiser was under pressure, just shoveled the ball forward. Crowell caught it and went 38 yards inside the Vikings 5. First half scoring, though, wasn't done. 40 seconds left. The Vikings got down the field and got into field goal range. Forbath nails another field goal, 34 yards out. It was 13-12 Brownies at the half. 90 seconds into the second half, Forbath hits another field goal, 43-yarder. Vikings lead is now 15-13. This was set up. Strip sack of Crowell on the first play from scrimmage of the half, and Parrish fell on the ball, setting up the Viking score. Cleveland got a 71-yard kickoff return after the field goal, but the drive stalled on the Viking 18, and Gonzalez missed the 35-yard field goal. I swear he should have been waiting for the Vikings. The Browns did get the lead back, though, with about 5 minutes left to play in the third. Gonzalez made a field goal. This was 23 yards away, 16-15 as we hit the end of the third. But
weird
in the third, Jerick McKinnon, a yard out, takes it in for 6, and then the Vikings just go balls to the wall, 2-pointer, give it to McKinnon from 3 yards out. He just blasts up the gut, gets in. The Vikings take a 23-16 lead into the fourth. On that touchdown drive, Adam Thielen reaching above his head, fingertip grab for 25 yards to keep that drive alive. 10 minutes left in the game. Keenum goes to Kyle Rudolph from 4 yards out, a leaping grab in the back, and then a double toe tab stabbed his feet in for the touch. Extra point is good. The Vikings are up 30-16. And then with 1:09 left, just for fun, Kai Forbath from 51 yards out. Vikings go up 33-16.
Let's go.
That is your final score.
Let's go.
The Vikings went to 6-2. Cleveland at that point was 0-8.
Oh my! Was that their season? They
was-
didn't win a single game.
Yeah, that was the season they didn't win.
Yeah.
So that dropped into. But boy, did they battle for 3 quarters now.
Yeah. Was that also the season with Latavius Murray and McKinnon Jets?
Yep.
Because Cook was injured.
Yep.
Okay.
I've still got stats for you.
Sorry.
Case Keenum, 27 for 43, 288 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick. On the ground, McKinnon, 50 yards on 14 carries with a touchdown. The Tay Train also had 19 carries for only 39 yards, though, in this one. Our top receiver in the game, Adam Thielen, 5 grabs, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. All the catches were pretty big catches. However, he did get 10 targets, so it wasn't the best game for him. He probably could have been a lot better, but 5 for 98 and a tutty is pretty good. McKinnon also 72 yards in receptions in this game. And Greg Jennings, just for fun, 3 catch. No, Greg Jennings. Sorry, that's last game. Didn't take that note out.
I was
On
like,
defense,
Greg Jennings.
I'm like, Greg Jennings, no, he wasn't there then. On defense, Eric Kendricks, 9 tackles, 8 solo. The Hitman had 7 solo tackles. Harris and Emmanuel Lemur had the fumble recovery on the muff punt, and they have recorded 3 sacks. Why do I pick this game? This was the first time the Vikings and the Brownies played over in London.
Was that the slide on the knees?
That is the sliding soccer
the soccer celebration.
I didn't want to mention it until we were done because I always have a reason for the game I pick, and I would have given it away way too early, so I was holding out, and then I figured we'd mention it after the fact. But
how
that is
perfect Randy then picked Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
That was perfect. It's almost like I was playing.
It's a little scary. I mean, he might do it again. Let's see it.
Let's do it again. I like it.
Oh,
I would think he would probably, if he gets a touchdown, do a sliding.
yeah.
Although they'd probably have to help him up because his knees probably aren't what they used to be.
Probably.
No.
Probably.
That is Valhalla back for this week.
Mahalo! I love it.
We are down to closing thoughts. Let's pick some scores and head on up out of here. Randy, what do you think is going to happen this week in this game?
Well, how's their defense that they're going up against? How's the defense?
I just had it pulled up not long ago. They're not awful. So against the Lions, it was 34-10. The Packers, they won. The Packers lost. So it was 10-13.
They gave up 34 to the Lions. They gave up 10 to the Packers. They gave up 41 to the Ravens. They gave up 17 to the Bengals.
Oh, so this is their good defense week.
Yep.
They're due for a good defense week. So I will say if the Vikings can score 28 points, I think they can win that game. And I think the Vikes can easily score 28 points. So I think they got a chance at winning this week.
So you got what, 28-2? Pick a score for the Brownies with their new quarterback.
I mean, if they can stop Quinshawn Junkins, I don't think Jerry Jeudy's going to have, too good of a game. Tillman's not. He's okay. I think they can have a good game against the Brownies. I think I'm going to say 28-14.
Nice. Okay. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
Cora, ladies first. What do you got?
We're going to go 21-12 Vikings.
21-12. I like that you pick weird scores.
Yes. Yes.
Like
There's going to be I don't think it's all going to be field goals. I think it's going to be, I don't think Rodgers is going to have another blocked. I don't think he's going to have a blocked extra point, but I think we'll get, they'll either miss or something because it's not normal, U.S. fields.
Maybe they'll be going for 2 after scoring the touchdown, make it 21-12.
Yeah.
And they won't get it.
There we go.
Yeah.
What do you got, Dan?
I'm going to go 20-17.
That's close. Who's winning?
Vikings.
Okay.
Vikings win 20-17. I'm mostly because I don't think our offensive line is going to still put it together again. I think it's going to be another almost game. I think we come out with 2 touchdowns that, again, both come in the second half. I think we come out of the first half with 2 field goals, and that gets us our 20.
What about a pick 6?
I don't think our defense is going to run one back. I think we might get a pick, but I don't know if we get a pick 6. I think our defense figures their shit out. I think they figure it out.
They have to.
After coming off this game against a quarterback you hate, against a team you should do better against, and against the Browns that ultimately I think we should defensively own, but I do think we give up more than we should.
Fair. We are a bend, don't break.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating thing. John, are you going to even us out and have us lose?
He's going to.
No.
What?
Oh!
No, I thought about it. I really did.
Uh-oh, maybe I need to pick us losing.
But Joe Flacco's not the quarterback. It's a rookie making his first start, and he's starting over across the pond. So
wait, is Sanders starting?
no, it's not Shador. It's their other one of their 15 quarterbacks that they drafted.
Okay.
What are the chances that first rookie just has a terrible first half and then Shador comes in the second half?
Oh, I don't know. That'd be interesting to see.
It would. What if they split what if they already have decided that you guys are going to split the game?
Well, the Vikings, I think, are on a win streak against rookie quarterbacks, too, in their first start. I think I saw something like that today, that they've won so many in a row. Of course, they had never lost a game in England overseas till last week, and they did.
So, okay.
John, I don't have enough wood for this.
Here was an interesting stat, because we had never lost a game overseas, and we'd never won a game against – what division are the Steelers in? The AFC?
The AFC North.
AFC North. We've never won a game against the AFC North.
Wow.
Yes, we did. We beat the Steelers. We beat the Steelers.
Oh, at home. And the Steelers were technically home.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, my bad.
That doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
When
sorry.
Both teams fly to Dublin, Ireland.
Apparently,
no, both teams.
It's still alive.
No.
Apparently, it's still alive.
No, that doesn't matter when both teams travel to go to a game. It doesn't matter who's
the streak is still
home.
alive. The streak is still alive. We lost overseas,
No.
and now we are winless against home AFC North teams.
Yep.
It is a tough division, though. I mean, that's a tough division over there.
Well, I guess I can finally pick a score, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yes. John.
That's what the show is. We go off on tangents. Will's gonna kick 5 field goals, and we're gonna win 22-17.
Let's go, Will.
Okay.
And it's gonna and I think 4 of them will be set up by the defense somehow, like a fumble recovery and interception, because we aren't gonna move the ball.
I love it.
What's sad is
all out.
Is that why you chose Will the Thrill to be your
He's gonna hit like 5 field goals, 3 from 50 plus.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Is he gonna set like an NFL record in this game too?
No, I'm not gonna go that far, but it'll be like 350 pluses, and the other two will be like 45 and 43.
John's putting everything on black.
Yeah, I'm all in.
I'm about to go pick him up in my fantasy league. You know, I got Joey Sly starting right now, but the way you're talking of Will the Thrill, I might just ride with it.
Right?
He's my kicker, man. I love him.
That's a 20-point day right there.
2 weeks ago, the Vikings defense scored 32 points. This week, Will the Thrill scoring 32 points on his back.
I'm still not coming down from 2 weeks ago when I called not the pick 6, but I said the Vikings need to make their first interception of the year today, and they did on the next play.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And it was a pick 6. And then I said it would be great if they could stopped Cleveland before the half and put some points on the board. And then the next play, it was a strip six. So
keep talking to them; they're listening.
They do.
I think they should bring me on as a consultant. All they have to do is like pay to get me to the field and put me on the sidelines. I don't even.
Yeah.
No salary, just great seats.
Yeah. I'll just stand there and talk to Kevin like, Kevin.
I mean, if you have a field pass to 17 games, that equates out. That's probably like what 60, 70 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, Kev, we haven't had a fumble recovery in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what, Kev? A defensive tackle hasn't picked one up and taken it to the house. We haven't had a defensive tackle pick one up and take it to the house in 6 years.
Yeah.
And then they do it.
All right. We're looking for those next week.
We are.
All right. I think we're going to end it. We won't use the question because we're already an hour in, and we know what happens if we're an hour in and we decide.
It'll be an hour and a half.
Yeah. If we don't need Nostradamus, like it goes long.
Yeah. It's usually about food.
Yep.
Yeah, and
food gets tied into it.
I'm for sure gonna have to come on again.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the question it's always a good time. It's always a good time when we have time for the questions, which we don't.
Yeah, I won't talk as much next time. That way we can get to the question.
It really is a football podcast. The question is just a time filler, but for us, it becomes the main focus too often.
Each segment's like 10 minutes. Our food segment, 30.
Yeah.
We'll start looking like, what? If we can hurry through this football crap, we can talk about food, tonight. But not tonight. We're not going to get there. So, Randy, thank you for your time. You have been a pleasure. You are welcome back anytime you want to be on the show. If you really want to come back with this bunch, we'd love to have you. Because
I would love to come back. And guys, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun. This is awesome. Yeah.
We love it. This is we do this. We do this more for ourselves. It's fun. It's just a lot of fun. And I got to meet some great people doing this. I got 2 of them right there. Someday I hope to meet them in person.
I will say this, and I told Dan this. I said, my mother-in-law, she's been watching the Vikings probably since the early 60s. So in regards, like she has stats, she loves all the players. We might have to have her, appear for like 5 minutes here.
The bye week. Next week.
We'd have to surprise her because she's super shy, but I think she would love to talk Vikes. She loves to talk Vikes.
So just schedule her to come over for a late dinner on a random Wednesday.
Yeah, and let us know that's like, hey, this Wednesday. We'll be like, all right, let's go.
Wednesday. All right, guys. Thank you again. We will be back next week, hopefully to recap a win. Then we have a surprise coming after that, but we're just gonna let you marinate on that one. See, we got a food reference in marinate, right?
There you go.
Hey, there we go.
Baseball and food.
Yeah.
All right, as we do every week, Cora's lead us out.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Go.
Until next week.
Go.